Hey everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of Velvet Talks.
Very exciting.
So hopefully, I'm really hoping that based on the schedule, hopefully we can get this Velvet Talk out the same week that the neutral ending for Undertale happened, because I need to vent about this real quick.
Yeah, we literally just got done playing neutral, and Mitchell really needs to get his thoughts out.
I need to know right now. Okay, neutral route. We fought a god.
Almost a god. If he had your soul, he'd be a god.
He didn't look like anything else in this game, which freaked me the fuck out.
It's super jarring.
I know that this might not make sense to people who didn't watch the playthrough, so before we go any further and start using names and shit, spoilers for our own Undertale playthrough. If you haven't gone to check it out, please do. It's one of my favorite playthroughs on the channel right now.
Aww.
And I think in the channel in general, it's just been super fun. So now I'm gonna just start going into stuff. Spoiler territory from this point on for Undertale. This game has been, as it stands right now, this game might be one of my favorite games. Like, not because, I don't know, I feel like to say that it's one of my favorite games of all time would be like a little much, but it is definitely in like some of like the most memorable games I've ever played.
It may be the cleverest game I've ever played.
Very clever wordplay. Me and you, we had a small conversation during the Asgore fight about how like I like certain characters and dislike certain characters. But the problem is me saying I dislike certain characters, I still really like them.
Yeah, it's like compared to the other characters, you just like them a little less.
Yeah, it's like it's with anything that you're really into, like Steven Universe or JoJo, where it's just like
I love them all, but there are some who I don't love as much.
Right.
Yeah. Papyrus
is definitely, like, voicing Papyrus has been a fun blast. I've really enjoyed it.
I love your Papyrus voice.
This playthrough was just super fun, and now we're gonna get into the little bit of the spoiler territory. I know we
said that before, but we're gonna do it again.
But I need to make sure that everyone knows. Okay, Flowey kills Asgore. Asgore was going on that rant about like, oh yeah, me, you, and the wife, we're gonna live happily ever after. Of course you're gonna die. Yeah,
Toriel will never marry you anyway.
And yeah, Toriel's super pissed that you killed 6 other kids. So Flowey's able to attack, which is weird.
Yeah.
At the very beginning of the game, he does it. I guess I didn't take it into consideration that he would be able to kill a king.
Yeah, well, we whittled down his health pretty bad.
Flowey then stops the game, which freaked me out.
Yeah, it was so funny. Mitchell was just like, oh.
I thought the game broke.
Yeah, no. Flowey did it. It was so surprising to me when I first played, and I was like, oh shit.
Okay,
oh god. And I loaded it back up, and I knew it was Flowey's fault. Bastard.
Before we go any further, I just really wanted to emphasize something real quick. Just things that I noted were the fact that Flowey, when you start that new file up, the monster standing next to the human changes.
Yeah, it looks like Luke's.
Who?
One of the monsters we fought.
Oh.
It looks like Luke's.
It looks, but it's a different monster, so I wonder if that's intentional or not.
Well, you remember what the monster looked like before, right?
Yeah, it kind of looked like had horns and stuff.
Yeah, like...
Oh my fucking god. It's fucking Asriel, isn't it?
Well, kind of like just the whole part of the family. Like Toriel, Asgore, and Asriel all kind of look like that. So by killing Asgore, I guess Flowey is having his way of saying, we've taken out,
that
the
monster
that represents all monsters. Now it could just be anybody.
Okay.
Like nothing. Asgore's gone.
So that's just to solidify that the King of Monsters is dead.
Yeah, to make you feel bad about it, probably.
Okay. That being said, the ending is so odd to me, and it's so... it's not...
Which part of the ending?
Just all of it.
The after-credit stuff?
The boss fight, the after-credits, let me put it this way, yeah? So you go throughout the game, you help out all these friends, you're going through everything, Metaton's a thing, like, you go through all of this.
Out of all that, you're like really general, and then you're like, oh, Mettaton.
Mettaton's a thing.
Mettaton exists. He's amazing.
You go through this entire game having fun and enjoying yourself. You even though they're trying to kill you, you still have a good time. When you get to Flowey's boss fight is so different and so jarringly bizarre.
So fucking unfair.
And
he literally like teleports your soul right in the way of his attacks, like not making fair at all. But it makes you feel so helpless. It's amazing. I love it.
I guess what I'm trying to say is just that kudos to Toby Fox and the Undertale stuff, because that boss fight was awesome and it was great.
So good.
And it never has a game made me want to know. How do I word this? It's not that it's like, oh, I must know everything right now, but at the same time, it's kind of like I really do want to know what, like, the way that Flowey acts, the way that Flowey is just a thing. The fact that he gives you a hint at what the true ending could potentially be is also another really weird thing. And I know that, like, right after we're done recording this, we're going to start going straight into Pacifist, nice. or at least a true end. So. That being said, I don't really feel like there's anything else I can really add to this, because it's just one of those things where everything was so jarring, it was so weird, and the ending, it you know, it's a neutral end. When Sans and Papyrus come out and tell you, like, oh, this is what's going on in our monster world. Alphys is dead. No, I'm messing.
They never said that.
I want to know what happens with Alphys and Mettaton. I want to know what happened with those guys, because that seemed like a very odd thing where Mettaton was like, yeah, no, she's been misleading you this entire time.
He just meant about, like, she wasn't really, she made Mettaton to purposefully go after you and to purposefully, like, you know, kind of go easy on you so she could help you. That's what he meant by that. Not like in a super big game changing way. She was just trying to get closer to you by making up the Mettaton thing.
Okay.
That's all he meant by that. Alphys just feels really bad about that, and so she's kind of sulking in her lab right now and fixing up Mettaton.
That being said, I think I can't wait to see what happens in True End, and I need to know. So tell you what, guys, as you probably know, Velvet Talks comes out on Sunday, so tomorrow you'll probably get your fix of Undertale, knowing me. Or maybe something else, because I think by the time this comes out, the next scheduled game should be coming out around that time? I don't know. Yay. Anyways, guys, so I'll catch you guys later next time on The Velvet Room.
Bye.
Bye.